Yeah, there you go. Shalom Israel. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street under Commandant General Yohana. And we have been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people that they are the real Jews of the Bible since 1969. Um, Today, here, we're going to be talking about Wednesday's law class. All right. And today's topic is the customs of the heathens are vain. And specifically, we're talking about these holidays that we are celebrating right now. Tomorrow, all right, a lot of our children, a lot of our people celebrate in things such as Halloween. And today we're going to talk about that topic because during this period of time, us blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we call this time when it's getting colder the holiday season. All right, and it's starting to get colder. This is the time when the heathens, right, have a lot of their holidays based on the harvest, right, based on the shorter times of days or when the sun is getting to the highest point, all right. And what we don't know as a people, because we wasn't taught who we really were or who we really are, right, we don't know that around this time we as a people have holidays, right, that the Most High has set up. All right, we've been conditioned in this society to believe that when we keep these holidays, right, they are harmless. They are great times that we spend with our family, right? But they do not realize that in reality, what the Most High said, these holidays, right, these customs of these other nations, right, cause destruction to our people. All right, so, today is the law class. ISUPK stands for Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So if you're watching on TV, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all right, get out your notes because this is a class. All right. Also, do not forget to subscribe, right? Hit the like button. Just get our likes up. All right. Salakia, sir. The first scripture I'm going to like to get is Psalms 147, verse 19. All right. So, one thing you got to understand as us as a people, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? One thing we do really got to understand is that we are different from these other nations, right? We grew up in a place where we've been conditioned to love these other nations more than we love ourselves because we do not know our true identity, right? And understanding that tonight I'm going to bring out that we are different. The Most High has a set of rules for us specifically, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Right? The other nations, what they do has nothing to do with what we are supposed to do. That's why they harp on these things, these pagan holidays, these things to get us away from what the Most High want us to do. All right, so you got, do you have 147? Psalms 147?
This is Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Salakia. Show of his word unto Jacob. It's the word, right? That's the book. This book right here, this Bible. So a lot of other nations, our enemies, decide that they can teach us on what is exactly the word of God. But in reality, they do not know the word of God because the scriptures literally says that he showed up his word unto Jacob.
Right.
And some people might ask, who is Jacob? Right? He's the forefather. Right, his name was changed into Israel, right? He's the forefathers of blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Right. So if we out here learning about doctrines which Christianity does not come from Jacob, it does not come from the Bible, right? All these doctrines of learning, right? If it does not come from the Bible or from our people, then it is not the truth, all right? Continue reading.
Yeah. His statutes and his judgments.
Statutes, right? Those are those commandments. A lot of people don't understand that when we were in the desert, right, when we left Egypt, we as a people, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, the Most High was not talking to any other nation. He was talking to us. So how can some other nation tell us about our book, our history? Right? They want you not to read this book because they do not want to teach you your history and your customs. All right. Salakia, so can you continue reading?
Yeah. Unto Israel.
That is us, 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation. Continue.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Any nation. 18 nations in the Bible. All right? Any other nation does not have any authority over this scripture, over this Bible, over this teaching. So they cannot tell you, America cannot tell you that serving these holidays that was not ordained by the Most High, right, is a good thing. It's a time for to get with your family. All right? No. All right? They cannot tell you these things because he has not dealt so with any nation.
Right.
Continue.
And as for his judgment.
See, this is the part that we need to understand, that when we participate in a lot of these holidays, a lot of these judgments come upon us, right? Because we are different, right? The Most High expects, right? Expects things from us, right? Because we are different, right? You know when you have an older sibling or an older son or child, right? The parent expects more from that person, right? He expects more because, they are older, right? The Most High expects more from us because we are chosen, right? He gave us these laws, these commandments. He told us what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do, right? So he expects. Continue reading.
Yeah. They have not known them.
They don't know, right? They don't know anything about this Bible. They don't know anything about his judgment. They don't know anything. Continue.
Praise ye the Lord.
Understand this. That because they don't know, right? Praise ye the Lord. You should feel happy that the Most High only knows you and your people, right? Go ahead. You got a question.
No, if I could, it's so heavy. You know what I mean? You're breaking it down, definitely. It's just the fact that we gotta understand, like this scripture right here. This scripture right here would have helped Bill Cosby.
Tom.
Would have helped Diddy.
Tom.
They say right here, you know what I mean, that they don't know his judgment.
They don't know.
The other nations don't know. They wasn't given the laws.
Come.
So what we see them doing, they might be skating for a minute.
Come.
But they ain't gonna get that punishment that we get.
Get
that judgment.
That judgment.
That's heavy.
All right, and that's what people really gotta understand, right? We are expected to do as we was told when we got those commandments. So when we mess up, no other nation got those commandments. All right, so when we mess up, all right, the judgment. And you're going to understand that when you go out here in Halloween, right? A lot of these things that take place on Halloween, right? You have one thing that always stood out to me was we're not supposed to take candy from strangers. But for some odd reason, on Halloween, we think it's acceptable to march our kids and ourselves up to strangers' houses, right, for candy.
Right.
It makes no sense, right? I remember growing up when I was young, and I grew up in one of the churches who didn't celebrate Halloween, but later as I got older, they started to, accept Halloween customs into the church, right? Because we all know that Christianity is not the truth, right? So what you gotta understand is though, they used to tell us, like, you gotta check your candy, because, it could be laced with nails and drugs inside the candy. All right? All for a piece of Twix, Tootsie Roll, whatever candy you eat, right? You are willing to take a risk and allow your child to eat on that piece of candy. So what happens if you make a mistake on that piece of candy, right, and your child get hit with fentanyl?
Right.
Then what? Right? It was cool for your child to walk out here like Iron Man or Wonder Woman, right? And now they become unalive, right? Pay attention. We got to really understand this. This year, right, we are seeing a rise in our young children going missing, all right? This is the holiday, right, where people who SA people, right, this is their favorite holiday because now they can go out and be normal. Hypothetically, if you knew who the offender was in your neighborhood, right, when you see them in the neighborhood, you would know who that person is. But when you got a mask on, how you know that's him? And now he's free to walk around town and do what he do, right? And you can't say, well, something that happened to me because there's 100 Ironmans out there. What you going to describe? What you going to tell the police, right? What you going to tell them? I got assaulted by Iron Man. Well, guess what? There's a lot of Iron Mans. That's all you know. Or maybe you're gonna be the Avengers Iron Man, or Iron Man from the first movie. Like that what you gotta understand is like we are practicing the culture that's not from our people, and that's why these things tend to happen to our people. All right. So like you got to see the paper. So statistics, right, on Halloween. These are the things that happen on Halloween. You got what's the It's two. Is it two of them? Is it just that one? No, it's just that one. All right, that's fine. First I want you Salaya, let me get Proverbs 3:31. So like around Halloween, a lot of things tend to happen, like SA, right? Kids go missing. Like now they got this thing called trunk or treat, which is always baffling to me. You send your kids out your home to go down to wherever in the parking lot or whatever at the school, and you have them approach strangers' cars for candy. Now, I'm pretty sure they don't background check who car this is. And let's be honest, like a background check really doesn't mean anything because I could put the car in somebody else's name. I'm just using a car, right? It's like we don't really want to protect ourselves or our children. Even grown men going out like, bro, what you doing dressed like Pikachu, walking around in the neighborhood for some candy? You know what I'm saying? Like, for candy, honestly, for candy, we choose to do these type of things. Like, so let me get Proverbs 3:31. Because for some odd reason in America, we believe like this holiday, Halloween, is just a holiday, that came about some way, some form of fashion, right? It's all about the kids, right? You know how many times we hear things as like, I celebrate this holiday for the kids, right? But you're not really understanding this is a holiday that's very dark. A lot of things happen on this holiday. And because you wanted to celebrate this for your kids, now something that's happened to you and your family. All because you decided to give in to what your kids might want. Listen, my kids get candy all the time. They're just like every other kid. What is one day without candy? Is it that serious? Some adults eat more candy than their children. You couldn't wait one day to get a piece of candy. You had to leave your house, right, dressed up in a costume to get candy. All right? Why do you think store owners, before it became a heavy thing when we wore ski masks, right now in the city, like ski masks is everywhere. But before COVID, it was a thing that a person would feel some type of way if you walked into a building with a mask on. Right. But it's cool. Right? It's cool for you to wear a mask. Right? Understand this one concept. You don't even know who's behind the mask. A lot of our people are going to go outside not knowing who their enemy is. Right? Because you can identify who your enemy is when you don't got a mask. You can identify who your enemy is, Israel, when they don't have that mask on. But when they got that mask on, you do not know who your enemy is. If everybody's seen, what's the movie, First Purge? When the First Purge, I forgot the name of the group who set up the purge. They were surprised that our people in the community wasn't unaliving each other. So what did they do? They put on masks and went into the community and started unaliving people, right? Because behind the masks, I mean, you could commit crimes, and that's what you gotta understand. During this holiday, vandalism happened, right? Robberies happened. What happened? This too. Because, you get a napkin. All right, slot you. All right. Huh? No, it's all good. All right, so can I get Exodus 23 and 24? Because a lot of us don't understand the holiday that, huh? Oh, slot you. Did I get Proverbs? I finished Proverbs. No, I want Exodus 23 and 24 first. Because a lot of us don't understand that this holiday we are serving another God. Right? Because we really people don't understand that this holiday is serving or celebrating and worshiping the God, you feel me, of dark, of death. Right? And now people don't understand that. They just think it's cool to get some Starbursts. It's cool to get some Skittles. So we're gonna break that down. Can I get Exodus 23 and 24?
This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 24. Thou shalt not.
Salakia. Can you spell out that word not?
N-O-T.
Not. Most people understand what not means. Thou shalt not. This is a commandment. This is why the Christian church harp on teaching us that we should not keep the commandments and that the law is done away with, is because, right, when we bring out these things, you can say the law is not done away with, so you can go outside and get your Skittles and Starbursts. Right? But understand this, that the laws are not done away with. So, when this scripture says, thou shalt not, take heed to these words. Continue reading, sir.
Thou shalt not bow down to their gods.
Thou shalt not bow down to their gods. When you go outside and practice these cultures, these customs of these heathen nations, you are, right, participating in those practices. You are serving another God. Right? So, what I need you to understand is this. You might not know the history of Halloween, right? You might not understand what Halloween is, right? Shalakia, sir, can you go go to the beginning? The beginning. Con. I think the first one says Halloween was started in. No, down at the bottom. No, that one. The second paragraph with the star next to it. Con.
It says, what is the history of Halloween?
What's the history of Halloween? Because a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, we know, it's goons and goblins and stuff like that. But, over time, right, a lot of stories get watered down. And now we have generations growing up thinking Halloween is just, you just get to put on a costume and go get candy. All right, so, but understand that just because it's something that's watered down, it's still the practice and it's still the culture and it's still the thing behind it is still true. It doesn't matter how long ago it was practiced. If this is what this was used for, you cannot say 100 years later, it's used for something different now. No, this is why it's still here. This is why we still practice it. Can you read it, sir? What's the comment?
From Ryan in a half shell. God doesn't care if you want to get candy. You should not celebrate Halloween.
That's facts. I mean, what's candy? I have two girls, right? I go to, every time I'm in the store for the grocery store to get anything, they are just like every other kid. Can I get some candy? All right? And more than enough times, I'll go give them some candy once in a while, right? Understand that, we give our children candy all the time. It's not hard for you not to understand that. You probably got candy sitting in the cabinets right now. But around Halloween, on this day, which is tomorrow, you're going to be hyped to get even more candy. All right? Not understanding, what the problem can happen to you. You are making the Most High angry with you because the law literally says you should not bow down to no other gods. Right? You might not think Halloween has a God or Halloween was celebrated as a God. Right? But go ahead. Can you read?
It says, this day marked the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter. So
like I said, most of these heathens, right, they celebrate these times, right? The harvest. When the harvest was coming to an end, right? During this period of time, you feel me? It was cold in the winter, right? They didn't have heat and stuff like we had in our houses. So, they decided, they wanted to find a way to make their time even better. Continue reading.
A time of year that was often associated with human death.
This is the time of year because you got to understand, a lot of people dying off. Listen, ain't no food, right? A lot of these pagan, heathen places, right, they wasn't flourishing. No matter what you see on TV, right? They wasn't flourishing. Listen, they came here on boats, and if it wasn't for our brothers and sisters, right, they wouldn't have made it, right? Understand that, like they just because they tell you these stories that they were flourishing and stuff like that, like they literally brought rats to America, right? They was not just flourishing. So a lot of this time, people were dying. People were becoming unalive because there was no food. Crops were dying, right? And these are like the Celtic people. So for one, automatically you should understand that if you are black, Hispanic, and First Nation people, why are you even care what the Celts got going on? Because these are Celts people. The people who created this are Celtics, right? Continue reading.
Celts believe that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the world of the living and the dead became blurred.
So understand this. This is where your goons and goblins, your ghosts, and all these, right, supernatural things, right, started to play a part in this day, because they believed the new year was November 1st, right? And because they believed the new year was November 1st, and it was a dark and cold time, that death, right? This day was believed that death and it was a blur, like between the 31st and the 1st, like that is like a blur. Ghosts can happen. The ghosts can come out, right? Continue reading.
On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth.
See? So this is this is a long period of time ago, way before America was even started, right? This holiday that we think, where we get the ghosts and the goons and all these things, zombies and Frankenstein and whatever, right? This been had going on. So what we not understanding, Israel, is that you picked up a practice from another nation. Meanwhile, while you thinking it's all about candy and having fun for the kids, you not realizing that you're participating in the practice that was already there. What makes you different from the people back in the day when they went outside dressed up in costumes, right? It's like nothing. You're no different, all right? If it was some way where we can see those people and then you're the same. Yeah, your costumes might look a little different because times done changed, but you're still doing the same thing they doing. So you're no different. You're still paying homage to that God. Right? You're still practicing their culture. Continue reading, sir.
So that was the end of that.
All right. Let me go. I think flip the page. There should be one part where it talk about when the Christian church got a hold of this holiday. That should be highlighted. It should be like the Christian church. All right, come. So now the Celts was if you ever watch Roman history, right? The Celts was like a group of people that were eventually conquered by the Romans, and the Romans eventually became the Roman Catholic Empire. So what the Romans used to do, you feel me? Just like any other enemy, right? These devils, they steal, right? They steal, and then they take your culture and try to make it theirs. So you feel me? Two devil nations, the Celts and the Romans, the Catholics, right? Once the Catholics ended up taking over the Celts, right? They stole their holiday or whatever, and then they created. Go ahead, you can read it.
In the year 1000, the church made November 2nd All Souls Day.
Come.
A day to honor the dead.
So the Catholics, because they took over the Celts, they had their own little spin on it. They had All Souls Day. All Souls Day, right? Basically the same thing as the Celts. Continue reading.
It's widely believed today that the church was attempting to replace the Celtic festival of the dead.
See, there you go right there. That's what you got to understand about your enemy. I don't like, what are they famous for? All they do is steal, right? So, but they two devils, so it is what it is, you feel me? Devils just creating more devil stuff. It is what it is. But understand this, like the Catholic Church, so they eventually adopted this holiday, right? even though, right? So they adopted their holiday and transferred it to the October 31st. And they practiced the same thing. They believed that the dead, you feel me, were coming alive, right? Now, fast forward to now, right? Because what y'all don't understand is that most Christianity, or matter of fact, all Christianity comes from the Catholics, right? It's just that one guy decided to do something different, right? And then that is how all these branches got started, right? But they all come from Catholics, right? Christianity is Catholics, right? Understand that. So, go ahead. What verse that we on? We just read. Yeah, we reading something else. Yeah, but we eventually about to go to Proverbs 3 and 31. All right, so understand that. So while you think just because you're in the Baptist church, right, you ain't no Catholic. Listen, all of y'all not in the truth. All of y'all do not know the truth. All of y'all are still Catholics. All right, y'all still Christians. All right, let me get Exodus 23 and 24. So understanding the simple fact that our people picked up a custom that happened a long time ago as a tradition to their God, right? The dead, right? Where they would make bonfires and stuff like that, right? We picked that up. But the Most High said we're not even supposed to bow down to other gods. So now that you know that you are participating in a practice to another God, us Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we should stop doing it. All right? Because you got Proverbs 3 and 31? Can you read it? Oh, my bad. All right? You need to understand that. All right? Because the Most High has laid out rules and regulations on how we should live. And if we do not live this certain way, a lot of things have happened to us. A lot of things do happen to us, especially around these holidays. Right? People who say these holidays are a time for cheer. But if you look around, a lot of things happen. Every time there's a holiday, there's either a shooting, there's either people committing suicide, right? Kids getting snatched, right? Women getting attacked, right? A lot of things are happening because these holidays are not of the Most High, right? And the longer that our people, right, continue to celebrate these holidays, we are continually to bring on our destruction, right? You got Proverbs 3 and 31? Con. So understand that when you know these things about our oppressors and their customs, understand that the Bible says do this. Proverbs 3 and 31.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Right? Who's the oppressor? Right? All these other nations. Go ahead, Salias. Go ahead. Go ahead, you got it. Go ahead. The white man. Yes, Esau, right? Right? The devil, right? You feel me? Right? Choose the oppressor. Oh, continue reading.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. Right? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, New Year's, what else? Whatever. All these other holidays that is not from the scriptures, they are all the ways of our oppressor. Right. And the scriptures literally tells us to not choose none of his ways. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. So if you are planning to go out tomorrow on Halloween, put your Wolverine mask down, your Hulk stuff, your Superman, your Hercules, right? Put all that away. Your witches, you feel me? Put all that stuff away and understand that the Most High said, do not choose none of the ways of your oppressor. All right? Because the other nations, they will literally serve anything. Right? They are serving some made-up belief, right, that of the new year and the dead and ghosts come walking around. Right? They celebrate the sun, the stars, literally anything that's shiny. It could be a rock, right? They literally march around a rock and kiss a rock. They literally go around and the city is starving, and they'll literally go and give food to a statue. Right? Understand that these are the people we following behind. When you understand the things that they do as a nation, you should be like, bro, why would you even follow behind that? But the reason we follow behind it because we can be conditioned, right? They teach us these patterns. They teach us that these things it's okay, right? And one of the number one ways they teach us that it's okay is the Christian church. The Christian church literally go about their way to make sure that they teach you things as if you can have a personal relationship with God. God knows your heart. So you can go out for Halloween and just go get candy, right? But God knows you don't practice those type of things. God knows your heart. So it's okay for you to do these things. But the scriptures literally tell you that that's not the case, right? Do not listen to these Christian pastors because they will teach you and they will lead you into destruction. All right? Do not follow behind these. Go ahead.
All right, but good. That's so heavy how you bring it out. It's like like the Roman Catholic churches, they pretty much Christianity is right underneath them. Like
Yeah, come.
Umbrella of it.
Come.
The Roman Catholic Church they're the ones that ushered in all of these every holiday.
Every holiday. Come.
From Halloween to
Christmas
to Thanksgiving, all that they put in to please the people.
Come.
So if you follow Christianity, and what we are,
come.
You know what I mean? We follow like they pretty much got the devil.
Come.
God,
come. Like they definitely are the devil. Give it up for that officer. You know what I'm saying? Was on Christ. Understand this. If you ever read on Christianity in the beginning of Christianity, all they did was create an idea, and then they wanted to keep their people sane and together. Right? So what they decided to do, Salakia, but God, hypothetically, you had something that you and your people did, and Alazar had something you and his people did. All right? In order to get you guys to stay together, I'm going to take a little part of what you do, and I'm going to take a part of what you do. And I'm going to keep together so my people do not riot. Right? So we become controlled. Right? Understand that. When you follow behind Christianity and everything Christianity say do, that is what you're doing. Right? You're harping on all these heathen practices. It didn't have nothing to do with what the scripture said. That's because early in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? Earlier when we read that he has dealt so with any other nation. No other nation know this. So you following behind Christianity, which was created by the Catholics, right? They are not here to teach you the truth. And they do not want, for them, it's just a party. All right? Oh, you have a party? I want some of that. Oh, you got a party? I want some of that. But we, because we are the chosen, right? We are the 12 tribes. The Most High look at us different, right? We should not be wanting to be like these other nations. So understand that. That was powerful what you brought up. So like, let me get Amos 5:21, right? A lot of times our people, you know, it's like we always come up with an excuse. We always come up with an idea of why it's okay. All right? Why we put that in our head and we run with it. Right? We teach ourselves, well, you know, like they are like right now they are letting kids out of school half a day tomorrow for Halloween. All right? So they're giving less hours to prep, right? Well, I know the county is. The county. Come on. No. Yeah, right. So, you know, understand like this is how wicked this holiday is. A lot of our children end up getting like that. It's a rise in children snatching during this period of time. You know what the schools district decided to do? We're gonna let the kids out a little bit earlier. All right, so now they get to walk home a little bit earlier. All right, not understanding, not knowing that now they walking down this neighborhood, right, on Halloween. All right, Halloween doesn't start. I don't even know the time to start or nothing like that, but do it just start at night? Or do it start all day? It's all day, right? Week celebration. So, you know what I'm saying? That one man in your, or one whatever, SA offender in your neighborhood, he can come out at 8 a.m. now. And guess who he see walking down the street? Your child. With their backpack on. So they already know they're not an adult. It's easy. They easy targets. Understand that. Go ahead, Sly. You got something to say?
Yes, sir. And because you said that, you talked about them as offenders.
Con.
Got over 600 and something thousand
Con.
registered
Con.
in America.
In America.
That ain't including the ones that we don't know about.
Con.
That ain't been reported.
Con.
And they letting our kids out early.
Early.
Right into the hands.
Right into the hands.
Sending them to these people's doors.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And we not even prepping a lot of us not prepping our children right, because when they go to school, they listen to their friends. Go ahead, you got something to say?
Now I'm gonna say like to point, you letting them out, and they got parents' permission.
Parents' permission. Yeah. To go trick and treat.
Permission slip. They
Come.
got parents' permission.
Like sir.
Just piggyback off them, I remember back in the day when mother, father, parents would send you out trick or treating, tell you not to touch the candy, they had to check it.
Come.
But they did that year after year.
Come.
Like, this
Right.
type of society needs to.
Check
I'm
the-
gonna send you out and get this candy from strangers. The one day you can talk to strangers.
Come.
And take things from strangers, but we also need to check your candy.
Come.
Make sure y'all not poison are going to get killed from eating this thing that we send y'all out this one particular day, but you ain't allowed to talk to them tomorrow.
Like that's how, like, it's goofy. It's ignorant. Like it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? We allowed our children to go out here and get candy. And this is one thing that always tripped me out. You check the candy, how you gonna check the candy? If it's laced with fentanyl, how you checking it? Would you gonna take it, you gonna eat it? Then you gone. Like it makes no, like, only thing you can see is if the only thing you can see is if you like got a nail in it or something like that. Other than that, you just open it up. And half of the time, our parents who said they checking the candy, they eating the candy. That's what it's for. Go out, so bring me some candy. You willing to risk your child's life, right, just so you can have some candy. Go ahead.
A lot of they, in the past, they would give out apples,
Come,
stick razor blades in them.
come,
And guess who was getting them? The parents.
Come.
The parents was ended up on the news dying because they bit into a razor blade and got their tongue slit
come.
because they bit it. It wasn't even the kids. So that shit, like, just to piggyback off your point, the trick or treating is all for the parents. It ain't
Come.
for the kids.
It ain't. It ain't. A lot of our people, we are using our kids for an excuse to get free candy. Think about that. Like we that they put Reese's on TV and we cannot wait to get free Reese's. Or they,
50% off.
facts. Cons. Next day you can go to the store and clean up if you really want candy like that. First off, we teach our kids not to eat that much candy. But on that day, go get that candy. Go get that candy. We put it on top of the refrigerator in the bag. The kids gonna forget. They gonna forget probably tomorrow, the next day they gonna remember they got candy. Then after that, they gonna forget. But who not gonna forget? That parent. They gonna eat that candy. Go ahead, sir. You got something?
Yes, right, sir. And they always say they do it for the kids, but look, over this last decade, it's far more adults that celebrate Halloween than children. It's like a miniature Diddy party everywhere. Last weekend, it was all this week and this weekend. And everybody will put on their most whore-like Halloween costume, and they will have all types of fornication under the influence of alcohol and drugs. It's more adults participating than children.
And that's a fact. In this era, right, where the alternate lifestyle is running rampant, and that's the world teaches that it's okay. Understand this: our people that's going out to these parties, you're probably going to dance with a transgender. You're going to be out here thinking because you got drunk, because this is a day where people get to play and act. And be for people who believe that they are that, this is the day that they really get to be that. And you not understanding, you in your little Batman mask, happy to walk around at this party, right? You're going to get to dancing, and you're going to find out, right, that behind the mask is going to be a problem.
Catman gonna be Batman.
Right. And for our sisters who's going to go out here and party, something is going to happen to you. Right? And you're going to realize, right, that you cannot do nothing about it because there was 11 Iron Men at this party. So when something happened to you by Iron Man, how are you going to tell? How are you going to get authorities? This is a day where it's like, it's like you can just run rampant. Everyone's masked up. If you felt as though you wanted to do something, this is the day that everybody is out putting their guard down, having a party. Can you read what happened in America, how this holiday became in America? About big parties. This holiday.
Gun. Say, how did Halloween start in America? The first celebrations included play parties.
Play parties. That's what it's about. You know why? Because this culture goes way back into them old Roman civilizations. Y'all ever seen Spartacus or any Roman movie or something like that where they would have parties with masks on, right? And the people who was behind the mask, you would not know, and you would commit. You would lay with each other, right? And then you wouldn't know who you laying with. So somebody get to play out their whole thing. You might not mess with this brother when you don't got the mask on. All right? But when you got the mask on, you don't know who that brother is or the sister is, and then you participate in these things. Right? That's what this is about. Not understand, like it's huge. Halloween parties used to be huge. Right? But we gotta understand as our people, we're the one getting punished by this. All right? Did you got Amos 5:21, sir?
Yeah.
Can you read it?
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I hate.
Says he hate. I thought the Most High was only love, right? But the scripture says what he says.
I hate.
It says I hate. I hate. Nah, like it was a point in time. My parents used to be like, when I used to, you get mad as a little kid, right? You just be like, oh, I just hate, right? My parents be like, bro, hate is like a strong word. Like, you mean you just dislike, right? When you get older, you start to see the difference. Like, hating something is a real disdain. Like, it's a real strong emotion, right? The Most High said he hate. Continue, what he hate?
I despise
It's despicable.
your feast days.
Your feast days, right? All your feast days, right? Your big, when you go all around the table and y'all all hold hands, which is about to come up, y'all all gonna hold hands, and then your prayer warrior aunt or your prayer warrior mom, right? And your uncle that always cry when it's time to pray, y'all all gonna hold hands around that stinking turkey, and y'all all gonna look to the Lord and be like, this is what we're thankful for this year. The Most High said he hate and despise those feasts. Right? First off, how we celebrate those feasts, that's a feast where we literally slaughter our brothers and sisters. It makes no sense. We celebrating a holiday where we slaughter our brothers and sisters. Oh, sir.
Halloween a feast day too, sir.
Come.
Like they feast over that candy.
Come.
They got buckets full of candy when they get home, and everybody throwing their candy on the floor,
Come.
searching for their favorite Snickers or trading. They are feasting over this candy.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? When they at a Halloween party, they feasting over liquor.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Over lust.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, so and the Most High hates that, right? So to think that it's just this day is innocent, understand that what you do, your actions, the Most High hates. He hates that you came in the house with a bucket of candy on Halloween, threw it on the table, and spread it around for all you and your family members. He hates that. He hates that you went out dressed up as Bob Marley or President Obama, or whoever came up to your mind to dress like, right? He hates that. Understand that. This is the thing that always tripped me out. Christians say God is all love, and he created all these things, all the people in the world. He created everything, and it's so nice. But then when the scriptures say he hate, we all know he did the flood, right? The Christians will tell you he did the flood. They will tell you he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. But when it comes to them and their actions, and the Most High say he's against those actions, they'll say something that doesn't make any sense, as if the Most High will not destroy that too. Destroy you, right? Understand that, right? Pay attention. Like the Most High, one of the laws the Most High says, fear him, right? And do his commandments. The fear of the Most High, right, is not being taught out here. Our people do not fear the Most High. We go out here and do things that we know that's against the Most High. Growing up, we knew Halloween, and this is the thing that always threw me out. They harp on Halloween being so wicked, but all of them are wicked. That's what you start to realize when you read these scriptures, that all these holidays are wicked. All right, all of them, every single one. All All right? If you go back to the history of every single holiday, you will understand it's wicked. You cannot say now, I mean, I understand why it's like that, but this time we do it a little bit different over here. This is just because, our kids just I want them to express themselves. Halloween is just a day that I let my kids just express themselves. It's not about the candy and the trick-or-treating and the ghosts and goblins. We don't even watch ghost stories. It doesn't matter. If you participate in this holiday, you are participating in the celebration of another God, and the scriptures say we are not supposed to bow down or serve no other gods. All right? The Most High hates these feast days. Continue.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Solemn assemblies, right? Solemn assemblies is like a day, right, when guess what? We get off from work. And tomorrow, our kids will be getting out from school, right? And they letting teachers off early. They probably letting a lot of people off work early, right? Just to go around and have sex and commit crimes and feast on candy, right? Understand how this goes against the Most High. And one thing, this is for our people, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Last year was statistics. My bad, Salaya. Statistic, right? Statistic, right? Right. Right. That how many women, right, on Halloween? How many people went missing? Last year on Halloween, of the 40 women, so-called, went missing, and that was last year, right? And that was the women that they found. Not to go again, that's just missing. What about the other crimes that happened, right, at that party, right? Because Halloween, when you get a certain age, it's all about the parties. We ain't going out. We wasn't going out to just go get candy. I mean, I don't even remember ever going on Halloween getting candy. It was just the parties. Parties all night, right? A lot of stuff happened at those parties, right? This is what you gotta understand. You ever heard somebody say, I don't know what got over me? What took over me, man? I'm usually not like that, right? Tonight, on Halloween, tomorrow night, that's what a lot of our people is going to say. I don't know what came over me, man. I was drunk. And then something happened, right? All right. So understand that these ceremonies that we put forth, these solemn assemblies, these ceremonies, right, that we put forth that is not of the Most High is going to lead to our destruction. All you got to do is look at the statistics of what happens, right, during holidays. If these holidays are so great and they're so innocent, why do all these things happen to us on holidays, right? Why does crime, why does death, why does a lot of things spike when these holidays happen? All right, because it's not of the Most High. And as long as we practice these things, we were going to receive his judgment. All right, Amos 5:22. Come.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
When it comes to Halloween, right? This is what the church used to do, right? When I got to like a certain age, because in the beginning they didn't do it, right? But when I got a certain age, they were like, yo, this is the thing though. We still celebrate this, but in the Christian church, they used to say, everybody knew it was kind of dangerous going out on Halloween as a kid growing up. They was like, you got to be safe when you go out for Halloween. So the Christian church decided to do, when I was going to the church, they was like, well, you know what you can do? You can come into the church and we can give you candy, right? You're not defeating the purpose. All you're doing is doing your version of Halloween in the building. Right.
That's like Job 14 and 4. Who can bring clean out of an unclean thing?
Come. All right, who can bring clean out of an unclean thing? That's a fact. Our people, instead of just not doing it, we come up with any way we can try to make it seem like it's okay with God. Right. But that's not the case. God does not care for it. Everything, if it's not of what the Most High said do, don't do it. And that's why fear of the Most High comes in. The world has taught us not to fear God. The Most High has taught us that when you don't fear God, what you gotta realize is when you go outside and dressed in your little Pikachu and you walk down the street and you get your candy, right? Your child can be unalive. When you go to this party and drink thinking it's just okay, it's just a party. They was gonna have a party anyway. Why not just go to this party, right? Your grandmother can become unalive. When you decide to bob your head in these apples, right, and take it out because it's just a game, right? It's just a game, bro. Tonight at this college, we're going to play a game. Something can happen to the people you love. Understand that you do not have the fear of the Most High. And something also going to happen to you. I always like, man, listen. When you see these videos on when people, there's some people around here, they got like scales on their hands. And they like in Indonesia. You ever seen that videos? That can happen to you. Like, you don't have to fear the Most High. Like, understand that, like, He created us. All right? What was the saying that our people used to say, black families used to say, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Understand that it's real when it comes to the Most High. Like, stop playing. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. But Carl was first there.
So, I just wanted to piggyback on that last scripture that you brought up. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? And what you said, sir, was so heavy. You said how people always think they can like outsmart the Most High and find a way to do stuff. I had a precept on that, if I may.
Sure.
That was what you said was Jeremiah 4:22. It says, "For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are Esau's children.
There you go.
They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil.
Wise.
But to do good, they have no knowledge."
No knowledge to do good. All right, no knowledge. When you're in the world, you realize like it's easier to do evil than it is to do good. Especially when you find out what the truth is. Oh, it's so easy to do what they do. All right, it don't even take nothing to do what they do. All right, understand that. Go ahead.
Before I actually became, I didn't even know the fear of the Most High.
Con.
Right.
Like, and that, I feel like that's most people in the world.
Con.
Like they don't fear the Most High because they on that Christianity high.
Con.
Like, oh, I
Just love
sin, I'm gonna forgive, and everything's gonna be good.
Con.
At the same time, they teach the laws are done away with.
Con.
How do you sin?
Yeah, that's what he said, that our people are foolish, right? It makes no sense. Go ahead, sir.
Nah, if I could, like, both of them heavy points. So, like, the thing is, we need to realize who the real enemy is.
Con.
That real enemy is the Christian church.
Con.
Like, the Christian church, they the reason why we don't fear God.
Con.
Like, that's who we had before the ISUPK came on the scene. In 1969, we was following Christianity. Like, our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and all that. We was following them. So, like, we don't know no better. We just go to follow the heads of the family.
Con.
So, like, in Christianity, they taught us, you ain't got to be scared of God. He
Con.
love everybody.
Love everybody. Love you.
He hate the sin.
Con.
And not the sinner.
Con.
And that kills us, man.
That's facts. Facts. Like, go ahead, sir.
I want to go and I want to speak on Solomon's assembly too, where everybody talking about the Christian church. Like, a lot of our parents do the same thing the brother said, make something that's wicked good by saying like, well, I know Christ wasn't born on Christmas, but you know, I recognize my Christ on this day, like them saying my Christ makes it better. And I also want to on solemn assemblies. Like, solemn is a ceremony. When you think about a ceremony, the definition, if I may, of ceremony is a formal religious or public occasion. Typically, one celebrated a particular event or anniversary. These holidays is celebrated as an anniversary every day
every year.
to remember what they did. You know what I'm saying? It's an event. You know what I'm saying? That's a ceremony for a religion. So a religion is something that you just believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our tradition. It's real. It's practice. It's been done. It's not a religion.
Con.
It's not something that we just believe in. It's something that we know to be real.
Con.
You know what I mean? And them solemn assemblies, I just want to say, solemn is that ceremony. And y'all assembling together to celebrate this ceremony every year. That's the difference between ceremony and the high holy days. How these ceremonies are things that you just believe in, that you have, you don't know if they real or not. You know what I'm saying? And what we celebrate is our tradition
Our
that
culture.
we know to be real.
Give it up. All these officers, man. That's right, man. So we got all these officers here, man. Help the class out. That's what's up. You feel me? Most High in Christ. But it's right, man. Like the things we do, when you get back and realize what the truth is and how you supposed to be as a people, this is real. This ain't fake. What you doing, wearing this and going to the Christmas tree and doing all these type of things, huddling around the turkey and all this Easter, going like it's all fake, right? It's a tradition of man. It's not real, right? But understanding what our high holy days is, those are the ones that the Most High wants you to celebrate. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, not these other, things of the oppressor. All right. Let me get Amos 5 and 23. It's like you skip down there. Come.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs.
Listen, how many people know people who feel as though, even when it comes to Christmas, that's their favorite holiday because of the songs? Right? I know a lot of people like that.
Temptations, Christmas.
Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Right. A lot of people's favorite holiday is because of these songs. Right? So understand this. The spirit. These songs, right, the Most High don't even want to hear. So all that hooping and hollering in the church, right? All these silent nights and stuff like that. Drummer boy, who's the drum? Like, all this stuff, listen. The Most High ain't want to hear none of that, man. So you can get rid of all that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
One last thing. It's like the Most High know that these songs is like, it's a way to hypnotize.
Come.
You know
They are. They hypnotize,
like,
yeah.
oh, I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for me.
It
like,
ain't,
you
yeah.
ain't doing the law,
Come.
so it ain't for me.
Come.
And you just hypnotizing the people.
Come.
Make them feel good so they can go out and keep spending money and make America great.
Come. Right. That's all it's for. And that's fact. That's what music did to you. It make you feel a type of way. Music can affect your emotions and stuff like that. And man, I know so many people, when they hear that Christmas songs, that Mariah Carey joint, man, listen. I know some females, listen, that is they joint. And no matter what you tell them about the truth, well, it's just a song. Nah, it's stuff behind that song. Come. Like, we all, like, so, understand it. That's this. God. That's right. Clap it up for that sister, man. That's right. Oh, they said America, young sister said America was never great. It was only great when they oppressed blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. That's the only reason why they can call themselves a country, right? Because of our backs, the blood and tears of our ancestors, right? So it makes sense that you shouldn't even want to deal with them. The thing that baffles me, a Jewish man, right? It makes sense that the rest of the world understand that a Jewish man shouldn't be cool with a German. It makes sense, right? Everybody understand it. Everybody can put two and two together, right? But when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, when we say we don't want no part of them because of the things that they have done to us, right? The devils, the white man, right? For some odd reason, it's an uproar. Nah, you can't not be friends with them. You can't choose. It's just a holiday. We have more people celebrating, what's the green joint? What's the green? St. Pat. We have more brothers and sisters happy about St. Patrick's Day than the oppressor themselves. Right. I've been at work where they can't wait to go out and drink, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even hear Mike from down the aisle say he was happy to go. Right. And he Irish. But our brothers and sisters are hyped to do that, right? Oh, it's drinks. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta understand. We done started to celebrate these holidays like they're our holidays. But what we are trying to tell you in the ISUBK is that the Most High has holidays for you. High holy days. That's what you're supposed to celebrate.
Right.
Not what they celebrate. Go ahead, sir.
Slap. This my last.
No, you're good.
You run out of time. Slap. But the reason why we act like that,
Come.
how you man act like that, because we the nation not desired.
Nation not
we
desired.
want to be desired
So bad. So bad.
That we celebrating even the stupid like St. Patrick's Day.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Like, we want to be accepted by everybody. But Israel, what you don't understand is you are accepted by the Most High Himself. Like, you are accepted by the Most High Himself. Like, that's greater than anything that this world, right, this society can put forth, man. Understand that. Right? Feel pride. Take pride in that. Like, when we go outside wearing the things we wear, our meat trees, you know, our garments and stuff like that, we take pride in that because this is what we wear. You know what I'm saying? This is what we wear. Go ahead, sir.
So I hate to keep.
No, you good. You got it.
You're making so many points, and the precepts just jumping in my mind.
Come.
When we come outside dressed in our meat trees and our warlike apparel,
Come.
right? That's commanded by the Most High.
Come.
That's First Maccabees 14:9, I think. The warlike apparel.
Come.
It's somewhere around. It's in First Maccabees.
Come.
But when we do it, they got jokes.
Come.
Oh, we Power Rangers and all this.
Come.
But then here they go on the oppressor's holiday,
Come.
on something that comes from the Celts,
Come.
and they dressed up as men, dressed up as women,
Yup.
as axe murderers,
Come.
ghosts, ghouls, and goblins.
Power
We
Rangers.
don't say and they
Literally
actually
Power
do
Rangers. Come.
We don't say nothing to them. But when we go do what the Most High said do, they got jokes.
Come.
They the fools. The joke's on them. They
Go ahead,
gonna
sir.
see it soon.
Go ahead.
Piggyback off when he said it's only because it ain't on the day the oppressor or deemed special.
Come. Come. And this is what our people gotta really realize. While the rest of the world are putting on costumes, right? You cannot escape who you are. Every day you walk down the street, you are Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people, right? It's to the point that the world knows that they can't even act like you because it's called blackface, right? That's how deep you gotta really understand, right? But they do want to be you, right? This is a day that they can act like they're Lil Wayne, right? This is a day where they can be cool with trying to be a black person. Go ahead.
It's a lot. They do that every day.
Come.
That's the difference. Like, you may not be desired by other nations, but they know we the special people of the Most High.
Come.
So it's like, even at our lowest state, the rest of the world still wants to be us.
Come.
Like, everybody trying to imitate Mike, all Mikes.
Come.
Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Come.
Everybody want to imitate this beat, and this thing, we at our lowest state.
Come.
Imagine if we all come back to the Most High, become what we're supposed to be.
Come.
That's heavy.
That's fact. That's fact. You feel me? Like, if they want to follow behind us when we're in our lowest state as a people, right? Imagine what happens when we follow these laws and go do what we're supposed to do, right? I mean, the rest of like everything we do, everybody want to be a part of, right? We have, well, you got a comment?
Brian the Half Show. Life is not a game. You have to listen to God or you're dead.
And listen, while that might come out drastic and people be like, oh, look, it's real. It's so real. Like, there were laws in the Bible, like death comes upon you if you commit these, right? Don't get it twisted, right? That grace, you feel me? That's what they try to teach you. We all can, like, listen, fearing the Most High is a real weapon. It deteriorates you from doing a lot of these things, right? And it's not celebrating a holiday. If it can save your family, you should want to do that. When you get them dressed up and you put your child at risk, right? Every time you celebrate this holiday, All right.
Hey, can I say something?
Go ahead, sir.
And I want to point out, they gonna dress up like Diddy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Diddy is the yo. Diddy is gone.
They gonna dress up like Diddy,
Gone.
and it's gonna be fun and games, and it's gonna make you forget or be more docile or comfortable to the things
That comes with that. Yeah.
came with Diddy.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
The why Diddy, because we know it's the oppressor's fault that
Gone.
Diddy is even doing that.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's gonna make them comfortable with all that.
Gone.
With all that women's rights, don't hit them. The essaying, all of
Gone.
the walks you get from everything, date rape, the date R word, all
Gone.
of that stuff that on a normal day, you know what I mean?
Gone.
Would be you can't even talk about it around some people because they so traumatized. But on Halloween, you can be that person that traumatized those people. Whether it was an unalive, a R word, a pedophile.
Yeah, everybody.
You can act like
You can
them
be everybody.
on that day. You can imitate them and bring glory to their name. 'Cause that's really what you
That's all you doing. Like, Salakia, sir. Bring it up. That was powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeffrey Dahmer. Last year, I saw a post on Facebook all year. On Halloween, that people was dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer just because the Netflix special. And what you brought up was so heavy. You have to act. Sometimes you gotta act like that character you portraying to be. So you put your Diddy on, be Diddy, and now you're gonna act like I'm at these parties, right? And like you said, you're gonna drop your guard to the things that you deemed, right, as something that you shouldn't do during a regular day. And then at this party, you're going to get your diddle on, right? You're going to act like diddly. And somebody's going to ask you to put it to the test. You need to put that character on. You need to get your Oscar tonight, right? Be that actor, right? That's what you got to really understand that, because I can see it now. You at a little party and you Diddy. Oh, so do some Diddy stuff.
It's one more thing.
Go ahead.
And I know, we don't want the LGBT in our school, in our church.
Come.
We don't want them, as far as our stands, they shouldn't be existing.
Right, come.
But when you acting, it's going to be straight men that's dressing up
Like women.
like a sodomite.
Come.
Which is Diddy.
Come. Yep.
That's not going to be applause.
Come. Right.
That's not going to be frowned upon.
No, it's not going to be
You know what
frowned
I'm
upon this day. And they going to... comment? Come. And they are going to, you know what I'm saying? This is the thing. The ones that are really like that, they going to put you to the test. Oh, you came out here as Diddy. You want to do what Diddy do? Right? Understand that, right? That our people really need to pay attention to what's really going on, man. Do not choose none of their oppressive ways, right? All right, and I'm we're going to close out, let me get Exodus 34 and 14. All right. What's up? Slap.
Same way like when women dress up half naked on Halloween.
Come.
And it's just a day just to dress up half naked like
Right.
a easy meal.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody treats you like that at that
Right.
party.
Right.
Now it's like, what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like
right. You gotta fit the bill.
you don't want to be this person.
Right.
You originally frowned upon this person. I'm not that.
Come.
I ain't a lemon.
Come.
That's what they say.
Right.
Oh, I ain't a 304.
Right.
But you dressing up like a 304.
So yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? You acting like a 304 on this day, but you don't. You dressing up like it.
Right.
You don't want, but I'm not a 304.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It defeats the purpose.
Would a straight man act like
Yeah.
a sodomite?
Come.
No.
Right. And think like this is how wicked the church is. I done been to a Halloween party. Nuns. You supposed to be from the church. Or none. 304 nuns. Like, wow. What is that?
I feel like sisters have been getting into the character of 304s
Come.
for so long. It's their everyday uniform.
Come.
And that's how it's going to be for the dipper.
Come.
Like, guys going to be so used to that character, it ain't going to be no pause.
Come. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening now.
Me.
They did Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Sir.
Con.
They did pure coffee, like that was a joke.
Con.
I remember that.
All right, let me 34 and 14. You got it, sir.
Exodus chapter 34, verse 14. For thou shalt worship no other God.
Maybe just the Halloween God.
No other God.
What about the Christmas God?
No other God.
Easter,
No other God.
New Year's,
No other God.
Halloween,
No other God.
no other God. All right, the scripture say no other God. Continue.
For the Lord,
For the Most
whose
High.
name,
Go, you good, you good. For the Most High. Continue.
whose name is jealous,
Is jealous. Continue.
is a jealous power.
The jealous power. Understand this, man. The Most High took us from Egypt, right? Destroyed our enemies in countless times of our captivities. Sent us a Savior, right? Understand this. And told us and created a world where we are the chosen above all nations. And we have decided to show our love and celebration and our time and our worship into other gods, right? From people who are below us, right? You will be angry too. So when you go out here and celebrate these holidays, understand that you are making the Most High angry, and it will come with his anger is judgment. Remember to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. To fear the Most High, right, leads to your wisdom. Understand that, right? And with that, we're the ISUPK at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana, all right? And we've been teaching the truth that blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people are the real Jews of the Bible, all right? And with that, I'm going to be passing the class off to Officer Bakar to read the security announcements.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Get that brother another hand. Give Officer Ghana another hand. That was a powerful class. Timely class, a much needed class. Because tomorrow y'all ready to go out here and act a fool and sin out of both drawer legs. That ain't a part of the Most High's program. Yahweh Shah did such a beautiful thing by giving us a way to repent. All you got to do now tomorrow is not do it. Not do what Officer Ghana just talked about. Don't do it. Make tomorrow a regular day. And the Most High be on your side. But this is the security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. New rules for the brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. Totally off limits. I don't care how cute she is. She off limits. I don't care how handsome he is, sisters. He's off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves to the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister is still interested in a particular person, then they must get permission. Permission. You must ask the head to speak to a brother or sister. And there's another 6 month period in which a brother or sister may court each other. After this 6 month period, if a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes. It's a big one, y'all. Tithes. This ain't an option. This is what we must do. 10%. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means a tenth in the Hebrew, and it is pronounced ma'ashara. A tenth of every penny earned. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department. That means if you make $100, you get the Treasury Department $10. Real simple. You make $1, get the Treasury Department 10 cents. Very simple. That's a law. Then we also have a priest fund. This is a free will offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, you go ahead and give that amount. Upcoming holy convocations. What's the next one we got, sir? The Feast of Dedication. And then after that, what did you say? Wednesday, December the 25th. Be here in the school, brothers and sisters. We are commanded to gather together. That's Zephaniah 2:1. We do that on these high holy days, not these holidays. Not on Halloween. Remind all Akim and Akwakian to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother or sister wants to become a trooper in the school, it's simple. Put on all black. That includes black pants, headbands, shirts, boots. Get into school and get this learning and get this brotherhood. And with that, we'll give a one courteous salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Imagine. Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Matah, Sar, which means to turn. Face the sisters. Sisters, please stand. Men, we're going to give a one courteous salute to the sisters. And Israel, Imagine, Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alatham, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.